This is my theme song.
Hello everyone and welcome to Talking Japanese Plastic. Today we're going to be talking about something very, very special to me. I've got the Kamen Rider Gaim Arm Change Dorian set. Kamen Rider Bravo. Pierre Oren, or Pierre Oren Alfonzo. Pierre Alfonzo. Formerly, Oren Genosuke. Holy crap. I love this guy. I haven't even opened the box to show you guys. I mean, I've opened it and played with it, but I haven't even pulled him out of the box yet, and this already made me so excited. It was tricky, well, maybe a little tricky to get a hold of. I had to go through CS Toys and kind of pre-order it because it's like a Bandai Club exclusive or something. He's about twice as much as a regular arm change figure, but he's worth it. One thing I noticed about the box, since this is not a retail product at all, it's only available online. You do not have the window up front. Also, you don't have the little flap up top for hanging it on various pegs and such. But it's a great little box. There's a wonderful shot of Bravo. Here he is fighting a Banana Gaim and a Mango Duke? Baron. Sorry, Baron. There's him wearing a couple of the other arms things, but still rocking Durian, just with different helmets. Or maybe that's some of the other guys wearing his armor. It'll look good, but it won't look this good. So let's get him out of the box. I'm trying to think of how on earth do I explain this character. If you're watching this, I assume you know somewhat. You watch Kamen Rider Gaim and you kind of have an idea of how things work in that show. Basically, this guy is a Japanese man who fought in the military overseas, I believe for France or something, because he's received, I forget what it is, but he's got at least one military honor from France, and he has French citizenship. And he is a super effeminate and, well, not ladylike, but super effeminate guy. But he's also tall and buff as hell and one of the best fighters in the entire show. And man, oh man, do I love it when he henshins. Let's show that off for a second. Let's get him out of his little plastic coffin. Put this off to a side. You'll notice this base. Look at that head. I mean, yeah, the goofy slot and everything for the gimmick, but look at that mask. Look at that face. He's even got like a big crack in it from previous battles. Spiked gauntlets. Thigh protection, knee and shins, little purpley, well, that's more of a pinkish. Kind of all the little armor bits on top of this lime green, which I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's got little sparkly bits all inside it and throughout. Bravo, Kamen Rider Bravo, is fabulous. He is a showman. He is a Roman gladiator, and that's how he sees his part. I mean, he does mercenary work occasionally, but a lot of the time when you see him show up in a battle, it's because it's usually a battle between like two other people or something, and then he shows up with a big flashy entrance, does a big flashy henshin, and proceeds to show everyone how you're really supposed to fight. So, speaking of the henshin, let's get him set up. We've got the Durian lock here, or the Durian armor, all Durianed up. Standard kind of thing. Open it up, and it's a little off from normal, but not that bad. This little part will fold up into his chest, and back here is where we have his lovely helmet. There we go. His lovely helmet. complete with bitchin' mohawk. Wow. So the kickin' mohawk, there's a little slot up here for it. Standard type of thing. There's that hole, goes into this peg. It's even got, there are even little like divots on the side so that they, just to accommodate for all the little spikes and spines. Alright, sucker. There we go. Felt a little tenuous. So you fold it. Ah, it is a little tenuous. So you fold them up kind of like that. There's actually a bit of a notch cut out for this, or in this, so that his helmet will stay, or that it will accommodate the helmet. Helmet is really not wanting to stay in place. And of course, this is the first time I've ever had that problem. Alright. He's all closed up like normal. We will armor him up. Drop him on top. So that both sets of clips, all the clips are done. And we can change him. These have some, these are double hinged. This and this are separate pieces. So they come down and then these fold up. And there's a bit of a couple of raised bits here. There's a little bit of a channel that holds onto this a bit. It doesn't snap, but it does hold it in place. Keeps it from flopping about. Do that on the other side, like doing a head reveal, so we'll pull this off the back. It's not that difficult, it wasn't really sticking on today. Push that down a little bit just to make sure it's secure. Then we can flip this down and flip this up, and then actually, there we go. There's a bit of a double hingy thing going on in here, so you can lift that up a little bit. And here we have Kamen Rider Bravo. Looking fan-freaking-tastic. I absolutely love this. He's got the yellowy orange inside of his visor. The whole helmet, now that it's complete, looks fantastic. I love all these spikes. They're rounded, of course, because these are regular consumer grade toys, for the most part. But he just looks fantastic and fairly menacing, and somehow does it in bright green and metallic pink. We have his two fantastic swords here. They are big and thick and chunky, and just like they are in the show. I mean, you might think, oh no, these toys look thick or something, you know. His real ones can't possibly be like that. Well, if you've seen the show, yeah, he's got these just giant, thick swords that he proceeds to ruin everyone's day with. He's fantastic. And this is like, not only does he look great, but he's a character that I just thought was so much damn fun on the show. I've really enjoyed seeing his little bits of things. I mean, I love the show as a whole. It's been really fantastic so far. But he's such a fun wild card, and while he does have a purpose in the plot, a lot of the time the wild card is really all he is. You never know what battle he might show up in the middle of. Maybe one of the combatants is his target that he's getting paid to go after. Or maybe he was walking by and saw them fighting and figured, oh, I'll show these losers how it's really done. He's just been a ton of fun. And I absolutely had to have this figure. It's totally been worth it to me. I don't know a heck of a lot else to say about him because I've been through a couple of arms change figures and I'm going to go through more as time goes on. He's got the same articulation as everyone else. Everything on him's wonderful. He's got his Sengoku driver. Oh, sorry. Does not have a spot for the Muso Saber, but he doesn't freaking need it. He's got these fantastic, massive blades of doom. And I love that they have a little handguard on them. Because a lot of the time, well, I guess it's the style of sword most people end up using in Kamen Riders and stuff. You go with a katana or something like that, and they tend to not have that guard for the front of the hand. So it's just kind of cool. It's a nice little feature on them. The whole thing just overall works really well, and I wish I could tell you to go and pick one up, but I don't know if you even can at this point. I think it was a limited run. I know it was that Bandai exclusive thing, as I mentioned earlier. But if you can get a hold of him, I highly recommend it, because he's just a nice little figure, and I just love the character so much. Hold on a sec, I'll do a couple shots to see what the other guys look like in the other armors. Back in a moment. And here we have Gaim and Bravo with their arms switched up. I think they both actually look pretty good. The pink's a little weird, but the orange, the lime orange with, I'm forgetting all of my goofy names, with the orange arms, looks pretty good, actually. The helmet's a little weird, because I'm so used to seeing the spikes continue up into a mohawk, but it looks pretty good overall. The colors work pretty well, and I like it. The Durian arms looks pretty good on Bravo, really, too. Or Gaim, sorry. I like it. I think it's partially because it's this dark green, and it goes with the darkness of everything else. Looks pretty good. Even the helmet comes out pretty nice looking. So yeah, pretty good overall. Take a moment, and we'll see how he looks with, who else have I got? Energy Melon. And here we have, I believe it's Energy version of Duke. Yeah, that's Duke and not Baron, right guys? Right? Someone will tell me in the comments. It'll be fun. And, of course, Bravo wearing the Energy Melon arms. These work pretty well, too, for me. This is a little off color-wise, but it still works pretty well. The shiny bits on this, which I think are supposed to be more of a copper or bronze or something, work really well with, like, the gold up here. The dark bits on the shoulders and the center of the chest work good with all the dark padding on the sides. White's a pretty neutral color, so it goes fairly well with all of that. Looks pretty good. Helmets look good together. This is surprisingly nice. I'm wondering if part of Durian's design wasn't to look good with all the base suits. And here is Bravo in the energy arms. It looks a little weird, just because there's so little armor to him, and you're used to seeing him with honking shoulder pads and all. It looks a little slim for him. But it still looks pretty good. I think it's because the armor's mostly green, so it helps it blend in. The orange works pretty well with it all. Not too bad. I'm surprised at that. This is the first time I've actually swapped around everyone's armors. So I'm pleasantly surprised by that. Pretty good. Alright, let's take a look at my last set, and then we'll be do some finishing thoughts. And here we have, I forget his name. It's Bravo, wearing the Kurakage arms. That's it. Kurakage. I always forget the owner of Kurakage's Lockseed because he wasn't around for very long. Not going to say much, watch the show to find out. But yeah, they actually look pretty good in each other's arms too. I love this helmet on this with this mask. I think that looks really great. I like the little pose I put him in. The colors work alright. I mean, it's brown, so it's a little weird. I imagine Acorn's also going to look kind of weird on him. I forget his name at the moment. But yeah, he looks pretty good with this. Not too bad. Colors work alright. The armor looks really good on him. Maybe it'll look better. I would like to get the other version of Kurakage that is out, which is the more accurate body for the actual rider, but then has the armor that's more like the mass-produced soldiers. Whereas the set I have, the original set, This black here is more like the mass-produced soldiers, and the brown of this armor is more like the actual Kamen Rider Kurakage. That being said, the black version of this armor looks great with durian arms. The silver and gold, or bronze or what have you, clash a little bit. But other than that, being pretty much just solid black, this looks great. The mask looks great with the helmet. It's pretty cool. Only complaint is that this is such a loose slot for using any of the helmets. It's a little bit of a pain. But otherwise, not too bad. I think it looks good. They all look pretty good like that. Alright, that's just about it. I guess I'll go show you a group shot of everyone, and then we'll call it a review. We'll be back in a moment, guys. So there you have it, folks. That is everything I've got to say and show off about Kamen Rider Bravo so far. Group shot here looks great. I still kind of hate the Tulip Hopper, even though it's been shown to be legitimately kind of awesome. But I had to throw him on there. I'm not going to put Bravo on the Tulip Hopper because Bravo doesn't need the Tulip Hopper. He's above and beyond such... he'd see it as a crutch, if anything, you know? So yeah, here's my whole crew I have so far. I've got some more to show you over the next few weeks. And once I can afford to ship them over, I should have another couple of guys to show off for that as well. Arms change figures are fantastic. I love these guys. They're cheaper than collecting mecha from, what's it called? From all the Sentai series, at least. And they're just neat, nice little figures. They're just a great little collection. I I certainly can't afford to grab all of them, but I'm getting a lot of them, and it makes me happy. I love these little guys. They're very nice. The playability is good. The design is nice. They got good posability. And I'm just loving the show. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Kamen Rider Bravo and Friends today. Thank you all very much for watching. This has been Talking Japanese Plastic, and I have been Lincoln. I'll see you guys next time.